Everyone will have seen the latest anti-Semitism scandal that Labour has found itself embroiled in. It's resulted in headlines such as these from the Jewish press. There's also been opinion polling data to show that 1 in 3 people think that anti-Semitism is on the rise across the UK. It's a staggering figure. So Westmonster's come to an area with a high Jewish population here in Golders Green to find out what real people on the street think about anti-Semitism in general, but also about Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party.
So there is anti-Semitism around. It's all over this area. All the schools have to have security guards, as do the synagogues. This has been going on for years, but it's much worse now. And all this business of Corbyn, I mean, he is a disgrace to the society, frankly. And I hope one of these days that the Labour Party will drop him as their leader.
Do you think he is anti-Semitic?
Yes, I do.
Why specifically?
Because of what he's been saying. Particularly in the past, not so much now since he's been leader, but he didn't get rid of Ken Livingstone when he should have done, and in my view, he's not fit to be the leader.
Can I ask what your take on Jeremy Corbyn is then?
I think he's a genuine person but completely misguided. I think he has principles that do not match with English standards or British standards and do not match with the general political situation. I think he's completely out of touch.
Jeremy Corbyn is not a threat to the Jewish community. The threat is much bigger by the current Conservative Party, which they're threatening and closing down by the Ofsted
Faith school.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel disappointed, certainly. I feel very, very disappointed because they haven't taken any action to remedy this. This is a common thing. I think Jewish people have been sort of discriminated since the Middle Ages. In Europe as well, not just anywhere else, actually.
And so what would you like to see Jeremy Corbyn do?
I would like him to leave, actually.
Do you get a sense that it's growing at all, anti-Semitism?
Perhaps. Hard for me to tell, but perhaps.
Would you recommend to people, especially of the Jewish faith, to avoid the Labour Party or certainly tread with caution?
Tread with caution, not necessarily to avoid. I think there's perhaps more to the Labour Party than Jeremy Corbyn.
So, do you think he should be apologising, or, if he's obviously not willing to apologise, should he really be in charge of a political party?
Well, I don't think so. I think it's very dangerous, but it's also a good opportunity for the public to understand the true situation of Israel. That now there is a focus on his pro-Palestinian sentiment, this is an opportunity for them to understand, for the public to understand, that Israel is surrounded by enemies that want to destroy it.
What would you say to Jeremy Corbyn now if he was right here?
I'd just call him an anti-Semite. Most of Israel's enemies are of the Muslim persuasion. It's a fact. And there are many more Muslims in this country than there are Jews. And so maybe this is a political motivation to play for the Muslim vote.
Anti-Semitism, people think it's on the rise. 1 in 3 people in the UK now think that Britain's becoming more anti-Semitic. We've obviously seen all the latest scandal with the Labour Party.
Okay.
Where do you think we're up to?
First of all, I think that the Labour Party, since the new leader came in, he came up with a lot of statements which is obvious that there is some sort of anti-Semitic, and he's pro-Arab and Palestinian. As a whole, because of the majority of the Muslim people is growing in this country, and they are growing fast, and they made a statement that one day they're going to be taking all of Europe, and we've seen that in the last 4 or 5 years. If you look at France, if you look at Belgium, if you look at what's happening in Europe, it's shocking. And everybody stand by. They're trying to do something, but I don't think that they will manage. They're too late, actually.
In general, do you think anti-Semitism's on the rise?
For sure.
Anti-Semitism has decreased within the past few years. If anything, yeah, it's gone down a lot.
So you don't feel particularly threatened at all, really, in this area then?
No, I don't feel that my religion poses a threat to me, and I don't feel that others are threatened by it either. I feel that, if anything, there's been an increase in Islamophobia, if anything, not anti-Semitism. It's decreased a lot.
Do you think Britain's becoming more anti-Semitic? What do you think about the Labour Party at the moment with regards to anti-Semitism?
Disgrace. Corbyn should be kicked out permanently today. The things he writes and says on TV in a national newspaper, he's a disgrace. Better not come down this end of London.
Do you think he is an anti-Semite then?
Oh, completely. Completely. He doesn't even hide it.
Anything from yourself, sir?
I mean, I support everything my friend Nissim says here. I mean, from what I've read and seen, it just seems like it's very biased and it's not very fair, and doesn't really know what he's talking about, to be honest.
I mean, when I was younger, my parents used to vote Labour all the time. But now, that's pretty rare in the Jewish community.
So, Westmonster's been to Golders Green today, and one thing is very clear indeed, that the vast majority of people do think that the Labour Party and its leader are anti-Semitic. But what's worse is that even the ones that think that Jeremy Corbyn isn't an anti-Semite, they say that he's doing absolutely nothing about anti-Semitism in the party. There's no doubt about it. That's going to have a catastrophic effect on Labour at the next election, and certainly headlines like these are not going to go away anytime soon.